Alright guys, welcome back to another ECW review, the 30th of January 2007, the first ECW post the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley retained his title at the Rumble, but will he be retaining his title tonight? Because we're getting a rematch for the fourth consecutive show. It's Bobby Lashley versus Test.
Is this a test for us to see if we can survive?
Possibly, and at the moment I think we're failing this test. Because I think we're sick of seeing Test versus Bobby Lashley. But we don't kick off the show with that. We kick off the show with McMahon. McMahon's in the building. Why he's here tonight wearing this shitey yellow checkered suit, we don't really know. But he is here.
It's not a good suit, is it?
No, it's not. It's not one of McMahon's greatest suits. He's accompanied by two absolute jobber-looking security men that McMahon could probably batter on his own. So if McMahon can batter these two guys, then
who's going to protect them?
And back in the day, McMahon came out with police officers and fucking loads of security. He had his own corporation, and now he's got two guys that
from OVW
wouldn't even be prospects on the Mayans. You know what I mean? So really, when you look at it from that perspective,
Big Steve, huh?
These two guys are kind of pish. But anyway, McMahon runs into Corvon. He's like, "Oh, Marcus Corvon, ha ha ha!
Monty Python, ha ha!
You're reaching for the brass rings, I hear." And McMahon seems impressed by Marcus Corvon. Up next, we have the first match tonight, CM Punk versus Matt Striker. And in a decent match, Matt Striker defeats CM Punk with the help of some ropes. But it wasn't like oh fuck, he cheated or else he'd never won that.
I know.
I mean, it was like a 50-50 match and Matt Striker could have potentially won with the roll-up anyway, but he just used the rope for some leverage. So, I don't know what's happened here. CM Punk was undefeated and now he lost to Hardcore Holly. Then he lost to... Did he not lose to someone last week? Or the week before?
I can't remember, but I think Matt Striker would be the perfect heel champion. Because he's someone who's actually good in the ring. He's not boring. And he's very easy to hit. But I think Matt, Hardcore,
yeah.
They're just boring. They're just garbage.
I think Matt Striker's the kind of guy that could have been champ. You turn up the Hammerstein Ballroom and everyone wants to kill him.
Yeah, well, Big Show and
they just want to kill themselves.
They want to jump off the 10th balcony or whatever.
Aye, just
New Jack style, diving headbutt.
Headbutt first, Benoit right through a table and into the volcano, fucking lava, into the fiery depths of hell. Anyway, up next with McMahon talking to Tommy Dreamer. He questions whether that's Tommy Dreamer's real name, and he says something about he doesn't do dreaming. He's all about reality.
Is that your name?
Up next, it's RVD versus Hardcore Holly.
Oh, another match that we couldn't get enough of, guys. Brilliant match.
We've seen this match far too many times. We're seeing it again. And in a big surprise, Hardcore Holly, after one of the shittiest looking, the shittest looking Alabama Slam on RVD
this could have
ever.
This could have been the greatest match ever. Because of this Alabama, it doesn't matter. It was awful.
I mean,
it killed it.
It was
even
bad.
Though it was already dead.
But what was worse about it was the fact Hardcore Holly wins. Hardcore Holly defeats RVD. He ends CM Punk's undefeated reign 2 weeks ago, and now he defeats RVD, which apparently puts him in line for a title shot against Bobby Lashley. And
Talk about a match that no one wants to see.
I mean, Hardcore Holly is hell-bent here on getting a shot here at the ECW title. And I tell you what, the way he's booked at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it.
I know. And then it'll be a boring-ass feud. But the way he's being booked, you wouldn't think this guy's, late 40s at this stage, wherever he is?
No.
Done. I mean, he's been done. He's a spark plug Holly, man. What? What's going on here with the booking, Finny Mac? Is that why he's here? Just to rub it in our faces that Hardcore Holly's the man around here?
Up next with Mr. McMahon talking to Balls Mahoney.
You're going to need them tonight.
Yeah, so we don't... Balls Mahoney, I take it, has been booked in a match. Then we get Extreme Expose perform, and again, just like last week, they're interrupted by Mr. McMahon, who comes out today.
For God.
Today, he addresses the locker room.
Calls them all wasters.
He calls out Elijah Burke, and him and Elijah Burke share a moment in the ring. But that is...
Did he speak to Sabu after that?
No, it's fucking... Timeline's wrong here, guys. He speaks to Sabu backstage. You're that suicidal guy. You're a terrorist.
Am I in Afghanistan or is this the Taliban?
Yeah, I mean, so McMahon fucking obviously not giving a shit back in 2007. He did what he wanted, you know what I mean? Now in 2021, he wouldn't dare say any of this shit. But aye, McMahon saying that Sabu's a terrorist and a member of Afghanistan when, I mean, in reality, he's not really. But then he comes out, addresses his locker room, calls Elijah Burke out, says Elijah Burke's the future of ECW, and then all the ECW originals come out and batter Elijah Burke. Sabu with the Arabian facebuster through the table. And yeah, Sandman, Sabu, Balls Mahoney, and Tommy Dreamer all look strong standing over Elijah Burke. It was a 4-on-1 attack, so
Yeah.
you'd have to look pretty. I mean, it'd be pretty pish like if you lost a 4-on-1
And I
attack.
read something interesting earlier on today. Elijah Burke came out and said in a podcast that Sylvester Terkay, what's his name? Sylvester
Turkey.
was supposed to take on Undertaker at Mania in an MMA styled match, but it never happened.
No fucking wonder it never happened.
I mean, whose idea was that?
Maybe that's why Taker was here on ECW. He turned up and Sylvester Turkey was already gone.
Gee, I mean,
Packed his bags.
imagine that.
He shot it. He was supposed to be fighting in ECW and Turkey left the building. Anyway, main event time. Test versus Bobby Lashley. ECW World Heavyweight title on the line. And Bobby Lashley again defeats Test. After a couple of attempts to do the running power slam, finally nails it. Gets the 1-2-3. Then, for some reason, he's kind of like rolling Test out the ring. I thought that was kind of weird looking. And I guess the reason he done that was because The Undertaker is appearing, making his second ever appearance on ECW. So there you go.
Will he choose the ECW champion? Not as bad as the NXT champion, but will he pick him?
Well, he picked, but I think back here, but I would say it's believable if it wasn't Undertaker.
Yeah.
I just never really felt, Undertaker's going to go for the ECW world title, but I mean, I guess if it was like a Benoit.
I think if like your Triple H, your Shawn Michaels, your Cena, your Undertaker, they're not going for the ECW title. But yeah, I agree, Benoit.
Yeah, but anyway.
Van Damme, etc., because they're on the brand.
Undertaker having the stare down with Lashley. Test runs in, Taker cuts him off. Big choke slam on Test. Taker continues to stare down Lashley. The blue purple lights are on. The sweat is pouring off Lashley's head, and that's how the show ends. So, with that said, what's your thoughts and what's your rating here for this
I'd say it's
ECW?
been one of the better ones for a while. McMahon's wee vignettes throughout the show were good. But we did get two main matches that we've seen about 100 times, and the Alabama Slam was unforgivable. So I'm going to give this show a 3.
I'm giving it a 4.
I was going to give it a 4, but nah, the Alabama Slam was that bad. I mean, it deducts like 2 points for me.
I like seeing McMahon segments throughout the show. Seeing Taker at the end was pretty cool. You know, the McMahon Elijah Burke thing I thought was pretty good. I like the whole, here's a photo opportunity, you know, McMahon and Elijah. I thought the chemistry was pretty good between those two. Punk Striker was alright, but yeah, the other two matches were pretty poor. And I mean, yeah, like this, and just Vince being on the show made it better. But the two matches could have been a lot better than they were.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm giving it a 4. You're giving it a 3.
So average it a 3.5, big man.
3.5.
McMahon will be on next week. Will it be any better? Will it
Find
be
out.
any worse?
Tune in. But until then,
Peace.